Hello and welcome everybody, a Farmer Donkey here. So we are on our Pioneer Challenge and well, it is now March. There isn't a whole lot that we have to do in March. It is the sell time for a good chunk of our wood products, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to get those sold real quick just to get a little bit of our income there. And then I wanted to go ahead and skip over into April. That way there's a little bit more to do in this episode. So we are going to go ahead and grab these and kind of push them to the side again, because planks, it's not the best time to sell those. So we'll grab them and then we will move them over to the side, probably just around back of the shed here. Looks like we have a few pallets worth. I think a 3-stack is probably what we're gonna do. But we are looking pretty good, mostly because we jump into our time-saving stock check. We have a pallet of prefab walls for 9,000, and it looks like two pallets of planks long, and then a pallet of wood beams that we can go ahead and sell. So we're gonna get those sold real quick, and yeah. Where is our little market for prefab wall? And then well, you know what? Just so we can go ahead and get into the rest of the episode, we're just going to go ahead and sell all of them up here at our little market. If we had more than just a pallet of each, I would have considered loading it onto the trailer to sell, but I don't think that is something we're going to have to do. Alright, there we go. But it did hail first thing this morning, so that's why I did go ahead and skip over to 11 a.m. That way it wasn't hailing when I started the video. So there's going to be a little bit of crop damage on our grass, and I'm not sure what damage, if any, has taken effect over on our other field. Let's take a look, see if it'll show up. Well, it doesn't look like it even shows up on the map in our grass field. Looks like a little bit of damage here and there, but overall not too bad. Looks like we got more pallets of our planks. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this sold, and then I will jump back in with you guys once we go ahead and roll it over into April. All right, so we just did go ahead and roll over into April. You can see our monthly costs are coming out. But with it now being April, let's go ahead and just set it to go at 10. That way it's a little bit brighter for you all. Okay, I do think I want to get an AI to go ahead and mow the grass over here. We don't necessarily need the winch. Not yet anyway. But our grass should be ready to mow. which is going to be good for us. But there is something I didn't quite think about as far as getting this mowed. So we are going to bale. So let me take a look at this real quick. So what I do want to go ahead and do is the smaller field right here, I want to bale up as hay, and then this one we'll do as silage. Well, actually, we have more animals that eat hay. So, yeah, we'll do the bigger field in hay and then the smaller field in silage. And so we will get that done here shortly. I think I will just go ahead and hire a base game AI to do this. Yeah. And then we will go run down to our soon-to-be cattle farm. And we have some stuff to do down there. So we will catch you all once we are down there. Alright, so we are down at our farm. We do have a few bales to go ahead and pick up. But I think what we want to do is we'll go ahead and sell one load. It is the best month for silage after all. And then we are going to save the rest of it for a cattle pen. At least that should get us a decent amount of food started for them. At least until we can get just a little bit more. To get those cows producing. So we got 22 bales, and then for... Yep. Plus another 11 out on the field to give us that total of 33. So we'll get these sold real quick, and I think the best price is right over here at the farmer's market. So we'll come over here real quick. And this drive to sell is a whole lot better than what it was before. Alright, and nice little $18,000 paycheck right there. So I'm not mad at that. I am going to go ahead and collect the last 11 bales real quick. And then we are going to see where we want to go ahead and toss down our cattle barn. This way we have all the space we need to do so. Alright. Oop. As I run into one of the bales. Alright. So we got 11 bales. We'll just park right here. Because there is a couple of things besides just putting down the cattle barn that we want to do. Alright, so what's the difference? Is it just the fence color? Yeah, it looks like it's mostly just the fence color here. Do kind of like the idea of, well, no, because we're going to want to, yeah, probably put it down here in this corner. That way we can get in and feed the cows. pretty easily. It's going to cost us 26,000. I don't think I want to customize the cattle pen. That's going to hold plenty of cows for us. So no. And just in the off chance. Yes. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we are going to need to at least soften this out so we can get in here. Might have to do that here in a minute. Oh, wait, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to soften that out. Probably off screen just to get that situated. But so we have that. So we have half of our TMR because we have these 11 bales of silage. I know, most of the time with TMR you're going to have straw, but got to turn on the unloading assistant so I can. Okay. Alright, there we go. That makes it easier. Alright, so we'll drop those bales there. But we still need to run over here to the store, and we're going to need to buy a tedder and a windrower. So I think there's something that we can get fairly cheap. And that will allow us to make our hay. So I think we'll just go with the 4-meter wide one for now. Eventually, we probably will upgrade that just to make life a little easier on us. I guess for windrowers, we're just going to have to go with the smaller one. Ouch, that hurts. All right, so we got those. Now, I guess we're going to need the windrower first. I think I will go ahead and run the... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and run the wagon over to the cow barn, and then I will meet you guys back up at the main farm with the other 2 pieces of equipment. So we will see you there. Alright, so we are back up at the farm, and we did actually take a look, and we have some great news money-wise for us. So, we do have a pallet of planks long, and prefab walls and beams that we can still sell and make a decent amount off of. So we're going to go ahead and sell those real quick. And hopefully with that, we'll have enough money to buy some cattle. And we will finally be able to get that next farm going. We did go ahead and get our AI worker to go go ahead and start mowing the second field. I don't think this little deer has what it takes to pull the baler, so we will have to wait for the challenger for that. Ooh, there we go. Got some more money there. But I think what we will do is once we get this sold, we are going to go ahead and pick up the tedder and start raking behind him. That way we can get our hay situation situated. And then we will go ahead and take a good chunk of the hay down to the cattle barn, but I think we are going to probably leave some of it up here for the goats. That way they have some sort of feed up here waiting on them. I know they still have plenty of food from when we filled it with grass, but I think we'll just give them hay from now on. That way we're not wrapping the grass and spending money on the bale wrap. There we go. So we're up to 30,000. So I think we will go ahead and go to the animal dealer. All right. So it says that we can hold 1,013. That's a lot of cows. How much is... Ooh. I think we're going to have to start with 15 cows. That's still going to leave us pretty tight for the loan payment. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and buy 15 cows. And then that will get going that way. Don't think I threw down a milk tank for that pen, so we will have to throw that down once we get the hay down there anyway. So we are going to go ahead and probably jump into a little bit of a time lapse while we get the hayfield baled, and then yeah, we will see you guys once we have finished. just about finished tedding the hay, and so that will be ready here shortly. And then I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and bale and rake all this up off camera, just to try and save a little bit of time on the episode. So I am still trying to keep them about 30 minutes-ish, give or take 10. But yeah, so we finished this. Alright. And so yeah, we're going to get this raked up, and then we'll get both the hay and the silage baled up. But yeah, so we are going to go ahead and do that. And then we will catch back up with you all once that has been completed. So we'll see you then. Alright, so didn't finish baling, but it is getting late for me in real life. And I did want to go ahead and wrap up this episode today. That way I'm not doing multiple recording sessions per episode. So I stopped right at 11 bales of hay, because that is how much silage we have currently down at the... Oh, I didn't want to pick those up. Alright. I want the hay bales. Alright. So, I figure we can finish baling this up next episode. But we do want to get our cows fed. I did, off camera, go ahead and fix the terraforming of the cow pen, and then we also threw down the milk extension and a little bit of slurry and I think a manure heap that will work. So I think what we'll do is we'll drive over here to the cow farm, get the cows fed. We are going to be... Well, I mean, we're going to have enough to go ahead and pay the loan for this upcoming month when it rolls over into May. But we will have to make a little bit more money before we can look at paying the loan in June. So that is going to be that part of it. It is. Why is it so foggy right here? I mean, I guess this is where the water is, but it is always so foggy. I mean, it looks pretty, but man. Alright, so we're through the fog. Oh no, there isn't. There isn't any water right there. I guess it's just mostly the low ground. That's interesting. Now, the question is, can we make it up the hill? We only have 11 bales of hay. I did again forget to reset the bale counter on for when I was doing the silage, and then so I'm not sure how many bales we ended up getting off of that. Let's see, 175,000 liters. So we did pretty decent off of the one field. But yeah, so what is that? Now, we are going to mix a little TMR. The believe I believe I set up the cow pasture to where we can use it the right way. I haven't used this mod before, so forgive me. I'm not 1000% sure how this is supposed to work. But I guess probably making them to where they line up the right way is going to be what we want to do. Yeah, and then I think we'll unload them off on the other side. Awesome, awesome. So go ahead and drop this trailer, grab a bale of silage and a bale of hay, and see how much TMR that'll give us. So I believe that's the... That should be sufficient. Yeah, I mean that should give us right around 8,000 liters of TMR. I'm not sure how much these cows will eat a month, so that's why I went ahead and did get the 11 bales. Now let's see if we can't mix these together. It is filling up. How much percent full is that? It doesn't say. Okay. It doesn't look like it's completely full. Ooh, but it's 67%. So, yeah, it looks like we'll just have to... Is that feeding the cows? Yeah, it looks like it. Doesn't look like a whole lot of food. Okay, so they are getting fed. It is just a huge, huge feed trough for them. Well, I guess it holds 1,000 cows here in this little area. So, it should definitely fit all of this as TMR. So, we'll get all of this mixed up, and then we will, we'll go ahead and get all this mixed up off camera, feed our cows. But yeah, I think that's where we are going to go ahead and call this episode. It's been great hanging out with you all again. If you made it this far, please consider dropping a like on the video, and then we will see you all here in the next episode. So until then, peace.